What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy Seattle Rick 206, aka that boy Rick, aka they call him Slick, aka Hype Man Rick 206. Wait a minute, aka 2D Hydroplane Rick. I appreciate you guys coming through. Please take this opportunity to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We do um, share these videos on our YouTube, so that's why I say subscribe. If you guys hop on over to my YouTube channel, Seattle Rick 206, you guys will definitely see that we are working over there. We are working over there, and we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow. So please help out. We're trying to get the channel monetized. We're trying to get the channel monetized. So uh, it takes everybody to get that done. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate Kevin Swoosh, Glenn, and Mr. Bruce Carson for allowing me the opportunity to work with you guys on this Hydro 2D racing project. Easy pick up and play, easy to download. H1 Unlimited website. H1 Unlimited website is where you can find this game. And now you have the U67 Seattle Supersonics, which is in the 2020 program. So that's what we are going to be focusing on in this session. I'm bringing the pain. I'm bringing the Supersonic pain to the 2020 program. Let's get it. It's your boy Seattle Rick 206. Please share the video. Share the video. I appreciate you guys. This will be on my YouTube and on Facebook on all of the pages and my main page. So I appreciate you guys. Let's get it. U67 Seattle Supersonics coming at ya. Oh, and by the way, you guys can always support the channel through Cash App. Always support the channel through Cash App. Right there on the bottom right hand corner, $ Ricardo McQueen Jr. $ Ricardo McQueen Jr. Anything and everything is appreciated. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Race 1 coming up.
You gonna move?
I haven't decided.
See, that's what I'm worried about. The Fury I knew was always 3 steps ahead.
If I remember correctly, you called me.
Upon Talos's request. Your lack of contact over the past few years sent a pretty clear message.
Meaning?
Zero to 60 in 4 seconds. 775 pound-feet of torque.
Hello again, race fans. It is time once again for H1 Unlimited Hydroplanes to go racing. And if you follow this sport,
Jimmy Shane, the home street. Corey P.
'21 Hapo Columbia Cup. Buckle up, guys. Here we go.
Can it be as good as the other classifications, the E350 and the GPs that we've seen so far today?
Yeah, they've got something to live up to here.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Look at these water conditions. Holy smoke, they're absolutely beautiful.
No wind across the Columbia River course right now.
Coming up on 4 minutes. 4 minutes to the start.
Up the Griggs backstretch is the Griggs, the 3 with Jimmy King. Behind him, Dave Billwalk and the orange, black, and yellow Beacon Plumbing, the 40. On the outside, with a lot of boat speed in the Graham Trucking 12, Andrew Tate is going to overtake Billwalk on the outside, heading into Shell Sun Market turn number 3.
A lot of time left, but the three was to the inside, and right now...
Yeah, Billwalk has cut across the Asco Electric infield to the front stretch.
Sounds kind of Billwalk-esque.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, now see if he doesn't do it again on the lower end.
Now watch Miss Tri-Cities. J. Michael Kelly in the 8. Nope, he'll head up all the way around. Shell Sun Market turn 3. Bill Walk is in 1 as we come down the front stretch. Jimmy King also wants that
Just
lane
over 3 minutes to
early.
the start.
Yep, he's going all
Just
the way
over
down,
3
and
minutes to the
Jimmy
start.
King is going to cut the course right here.
Yeah, King's going across 305. 305 to our start.
Andrew Tate still well outside, still kind of hanging out in lane 3, lane 4 area. Stay right.
Will Miss Tri-Cities turn? No.
Nope. I don't
J.
think
Michael
he's
Kelly will
not turned up here. He's pretty far back, though.
He is, and he's way outside as he gets into Bunch Finnegan turn number 1.
244. 244.
On the Griggs backstretch, King. Bill Walk is going to cut through the Esco infield to the front stretch.
Nobody's born a legend.
Takes drive, flat, focus, passion, sacrifices.
Will J. Michael Kelly follow? No, he's going to continue up the backstretch. Looks like Andrew Tate's going to continue up the backstretch as well.
Guys, I've got some unofficial timing marks here that I keep an eye on. You don't want to be crossing start-finish line at 2 minutes. If you do, like Dave did, it's 2:15 right now. You're going to have to do something a little special here, or you're not going to be able to get around the course just once. So watch to see if anybody's crossing right at 2 minutes. I also watch the entrance buoy down here. You do not want to be here at
Jimmy King is
Here
crossing.
goes King. Now watch him with Bill Walk coming across.
This could be interesting. Bill Walk backs off.
Yeah, Jimmy King to the Griggs backstretch.
Bill Walk backed off. They were... there was going to be a meeting of the minds there that neither one of them wanted to be involved in.
Yeah, and we've seen that before with Tate and Shane in the last couple of years. They gotten tight up there. So here they come across one more time. Now you don't want to be down here at $1.30, and it's $1.33 right now. And here comes Andrew Tate. I think he's going to be a
Bill Walk and Jimmy King both cut across the Esco infield to the front stretch.
Yep, here comes Andrew Tate. He's going to claim lane number 1 in the 12 to Graham Trucking. It looks like Kelly wants to start this thing on the far outside. He's not even making a move to the inside. He's going to start wide.
Tate bounced and found some hope there down here in Tire Factory turn 2. But yeah, Tate's going to claim lane 1. J. Michael Kelly's decided he's going to try to win this from lane 5.
Wow.
Well, he's scruffing off some speed. You know, he can do that and then pull back in when they get to start, finish, and start the race.
Well, they're kind of getting lined up now. So Tate in 1, Bill Walk in 2, King in 3, and it looks like J. Michael Kelly be in lane 4.
And just for clarification on the rule, whatever lane you are in, when you enter turn 3, that's the lane you have to hold and bring to the start-finish line. Go ahead, Michael.
All right, so Dave Bill Walk back in lane number 2, just like the final in Madison. Will the boat handle better this time around?
Well, we talked about that earlier. If you're in lane 2, you do not want to be second across the line.
Watch that countdown. Andrew Tate, Graham Trucking, lane number 1. Dave Bill Walk, Beacon Plumbing, lane number 2. Jimmy King in the Griggs U3 in lane 3, and on the outside, Miss Tri-Cities, J. Michael Kelly in the 8. Off the exit pin, turn number 4. 10 seconds to the start of Heat 1A. They're backing off the throttle.
3 seconds, 2, 1, mark.
It looked like it was just on time inside for Jimmy King. Dave Billwalk in second place as they come down the front stretch.
Boy, they're coming 3 wide down here, but it is piston power from lane number 3. King's going to get down here first, but a lot of speed off to his left, Kevin.
Now Dave Willock closing the door quickly, and here comes Andrew Tate. They're going to go deck to deck to the Griggs backstretch, but it is the 3 that's got just about a couple ball lengths lead.
Dave Billwalk's boat is handling extremely well through the bottom end of the course and up the backstretch. The Griggs backstretch. Griggs' boat is in the lead as they head up the backstretch, but Billwalk is gaining on Jimmy King on the inside. And then in lane number 1, a nice run for Andrew Tate in the 12 as they get to Sun Pacific Energy Shell Sun Market turn number 3 and into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. 3 boats deck to deck to deck. The start is under review. The start is under review. Jimmy King may have been early, not quite sure if the 12 was early as well. We'll find out. Dave Billwalk is going to lead after lap number 1 coming down the front stretch.
Boy, but as he got company, you could throw a blanket across all 3 of them. King in lane number 3 still hanging right at him, but it is Tate and it is Billwalk. Dead even at the entrance pin, Kevin.
Tate is
Yeah, Kevin.
high on the air.
There we go.
There we go. Billwalk coming out of turn 2 with a lot of boat speed. Jimmy King followed about a rooster tail behind them, but J. Michael Kelly well back in court.
Jimmy King, 1 lap penalty. race leaders are out in front right now. Tate on the inside. Bill Walk on the outside as they get to turn number 3. Shell Sun Market turn 3. Buffalo Brothers turn 4. It looks like Tate's going to take the lead as they get to the exit pin of turn number 4 onto the front stretch. It is Tate on the inside with the lead in the Graham Trucking. Bill Walk on the outside coming across start finish, and there's been some damage to the back fairing and the wing of Dave Bill Walk's boat, the Beacon Plumbing.
Yeah, he doesn't have a wing. He doesn't have fairings. He also doesn't have the lead. He's about 3 lengths behind Andrew Tate, but it's still a good boat race out front.
Yeah, and the problem with not having those wings or fairings is you can and that is exactly what happened to Dave Bill Walk down here, and Andrew Tate now out to about a 1 rooster tail lead.
Watch Kelly on the inside now.
Yep, J. Mike has moved to the inside in lane number 1 as they come up the backstretch. Jimmy King's still ahead of him, but Jimmy's got that 1-lap penalty. Back to the race leaders, Andrew Tate in the Graham Trucking into turn number 3. Checkered flag is out for Heat 1A, and it's going to be Andrew Tate coming off the exit pin of turn number 4 in first place. Dave Billwalk has fallen back about a rooster tail now, and he's going to swing way outside wide at the Buffalo Brothers exit of turn number 4. The race winner, Andrew Tate. Graham Trucking, checkered flag is out. Second place for Dave Billwalk, and they're going to have work to do on the rear fairing and wing. Third place, J. Michael Kelly. Miss Tri-Cities and Jimmy King with a penalty after jumping the gun of 1 lap. He will have to continue around and finish 1 more lap. He was too early at the start of Heat 1A. So working on the outside, I think the 8 with J. Michael Kelly found out something, and that is that won't work.
That you don't want to be on the outside. In fact, he's pretty much shut her down right now. Just kind of going in front of the fans down there, past the start-finish line, headed towards the pits. Now he picks it back up.
And the other question would be, where did the damage occur to Dave Billwalk in the 40? One would imagine, Kevin, it was probably towards you and Tire Factory in Kennewick, serving only the best burgers, appetizers, and beverages. Go to bobsburgersandbrew.com.
Coming up, let's get it.
1B is coming up.
U67, Seattle Supersonics, 2D Hydroplane Racing. Right here with your boy Seattle Rig 206.
How the one
Get
handles
it.
with other boats around it.
You know, that's really the key, is what's going to happen, and did they change things up after, you know, putting themselves in position for a good hot qualifying lap? Maybe they changed some things up, and hopefully they went the right direction for competition. Joining us on the broadcast, Jeff Winnie with Bosch Appliances, and I know that you're a big part of hydro racing. You've been coming to Tri-Cities for boat racing since the 70s.
50 years this year, minus last year. My brother and I been coming over every year. Got some great stories over the years.
What's your favorite part about racing in the Tri-Cities? And obviously you have the opportunity to be over at Seafair as well.
It's the people over here. It's the family. It's everybody comes together. Everybody loves boat racing. They all pitch in. All the teams, if somebody's not having a good day, they'll pitch in. And you're right here where the action is, you know?
Yeah, and it sounds like somebody needs to pitch in a rear wing for Dave Billwalk.
Yeah, I saw the damage. Great racing, but,
yeah,
you know, he's aggressive. He's never let off the throttle.
All right, Heat 1B getting underway. Jeff Winnie with Bosch Appliances. You'll find them at Bunch Finnegan, 90s Columbia Drive in Kennewick, and go to bunch.com. They're heading to Kevin, Tire Factory, turn 2.
3 boats right by me now. The 11, the 1, the 9, all right next to me. The 440, they'll be the last off the dock. It's working its way towards me now as they head down to the Griggs backstretch.
3 minutes and 56 seconds, 3:55.
Well, where do you want to be, Brad?
Golly, where do I want to be? I want to be out front at the end of the 3rd lap. Going out on a limb on that one. You know, with this heat and the way it's set up and the way the qualifying played, I don't know how hard Jimmy wants to really go out there and fight for an inside lane. But to your point, Michael, Corey's got a fast boat. They put the right combination in it, and he'll have his hands full if he wants to try and drive around Corey. So, I don't know. I don't think and we say this every year, and it's the old line. You can't win the Columbia Cup today, but you can sure as heck lose it. So nobody wants to do anything stupid here. Go out and get a bunch of points.
The day you get your Clear Choice dental implants makes every day a Let's Dig In day.
Heading down the front stretch to Bunch Finnegan turn number 1 is the blue Home Street, the U1 with Jimmy Shane into turn number 1 now, followed by Corey Peabody in the 9, Pinnacle Peak Consulting. Then you have Jamie Nielsen in the bright J&D's 11. And just into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4, the 440 Bucket List Racing with Dustin Eccles onto the front stretch.
250.
The 11 is cutting across the course right now.
And Jimmy's going to go in front of him. He's going to come out of the corner in front of Corey Peabody. Jamie Nielsen in the 11.
So Nielsen will settle in on the Griggs backstretch over by the Home Street. Peabody will pass him up the backstretch. Oh, look at Dustin Eccles will go across the Esco Electric infield now to the backside.
I forgot about Dustin. Keep an eye on Dustin. He'll probably put that thing on the far outside. 220 to the start.
Yeah.
So what Dustin generally does when he's out here is he'll just kind of stay out of everybody's way.
For now, you've got the 1 on the inside.
And they're going to go all the way around the race course. You watch. I don't think you're going to see anybody cut where they are right now at 2 minutes.
Yeah, it'd be too early to cut front to back, wouldn't it?
I think it would. I think they're in really good shape. Right now, they can squirt it a little bit and come down here and give us the lanes they're in right now, Michael, as they come by.
Well, lane number 1, you've got Jimmy Shane. Jamie Nielsen is probably in lane number 3. I mean, he's technically going to slide over and be in 2, but he's pretty far outside. And then in lane number 4, we'll call it, is Peabody in the 9. Eccles, lane 5, way outside as they come down the front stretch. There's just a lot of room right now. And it looks like they're kind of tightening the field up as they head down the front stretch to Bunch Finnegan turn 1.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a pretty quick start here because it's 1:20 until the start. You don't want to be here at 1:30. Well, they're down here at about 1:12. And Dustin Eccles in the 440 on the far outside is caught up with everybody. Shane in 1, Nielsen in 2, Peabody in 3, and on the far outside, Dustin Eccles.
Jamie Nielsen's
all right. All right, y'all ready?
Jimmy Shane, though.
1 minute.
Jimmy Shane was, I'm not sure what Jamie trying to do there. Nielsen was
y'all ready?
down low and getting into lane 1, getting caught in that wash. So
They've been quite a ways outside on the front stretch, but lost some real estate heading through Tire Factory turn number 2 to the Griggs backstretch.
40 seconds. 40.
Jimmy Shane in the Home Street, lane number 1 for the 1. The 11, Jamie Nielsen, J&D's, lane number 2. Corey Peabody in the 9, Pinnacle Peak Consulting, lane number 3 on the outside in the 440 Bucket List Racing, Dustin Eccles. Shane on the inside. Countdown to the start of Heat 1B. 20 seconds to start at the apex of turn number 3 into turn number 4 for Buffalo Brothers at the exit pin.
10 seconds.
Nielsen, Peabody, Eccles. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
3 seconds. 2, 1. Mark.
I don't know if Peabody was early, but he's leading the pack down the front stretch into Bunch Finnegan turn number 1 in lane number 3.
That's Corey Peabody with a lot of speed on the outside. We'll check on the start and see if he was legal. But boy, you want to talk about having a whole lot of speed off to your left. He's got Nielsen and Shane off to
Let's go.
Shane just closed down the distance just at a heartbeat there. So Jimmy Shane on the inside, still in second place, but reeling it.
Officially, our start is under review as Corey Peabody leads by a half a rooster tail coming up the backstretch. Dustin Eccles is falling back in 4th place in the 440 Bucket List. Watch Jimmy Shane, top end of the course. He's probably going to take the lead away from Corey Peabody. Shane on the inside, shorter track around. As they get to the apex and head over to Buffalo Brothers turn number 4, it's going to be Shane in the lead as Peabody pushed a little farther out wide, lost some boat speed. Nielsen is in 3rd place at the exit pin now across the start-finish line. It's going to be Jimmy Shane, your race leader, 153.557 miles per hour for Jimmy Shane, lap number 1.
Coming down here to the lower end of the race course, we are on lap number 2 of 3. It is Jimmy Shane. Got pretty much a full rooster tail on Corey Peabody, but Corey Peabody is having to run way on the outside. Kevin, keep an eye on him. He can't move over because Nielsen is still in there.
Yeah, he can't drop down.
Whoa.
Get down next to Jimmy Shane, so he's going to have to kind of keep it out in lane 3. He's keeping the pace, though, for the most part. He's just about a rooster tail back. Jamie Nielsen rolling up in 3rd.
Yeah, Nielsen Nielsen in third place on the Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch as Jimmy Shane starts to pull away a little bit from Corey Peabody. And again, with lane number 1 position, he should have an easy time maintaining or extending the lead after going into Shell Sun Market turn 3 and Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. Race leader is the one, Jimmy Shane in the home street. Pretty good corner up top, though, for Corey Peabody, and it looks like Peabody has kind of moved in a little bit because of the overlap now. Nielsen has fallen off the pace just onto the front stretch. Lap number 2 for Jimmy Shane, a 143.763 miles per hour.
Watch and see if Shane doesn't pull it away here. He dropped from 151 down to 143, and that allowed Corey
Let's go.
to close the distance.
Let's go. Fourth place. Griggs first. Home Street second. Delta Wheel Track third. Your boy in the Sonics boat fourth. Graham and Lake Ridge Paving.
Now knows that, I am sure. So Corey Peabody, as much as he's going to go neck to neck with this, it's unfortunately not for first place.
So up the backstretch, Jimmy Shane in the 1, the home street, ready to dive into Shell Sun Market turn number 3 at the top end of the course. Peabody on the outside. He hasn't backed off the throttle one bit coming up the backstretch and into turn number 3. At the exit pin of turn number 4 from Buffalo Brothers onto the front stretch, Jimmy Shane, the home street. Corey Peabody did not back off at all. Amazing run as they come to the start-finish line. Checkered flag is out. And Jimmy Shane is going to take the victory. Peabody's got to take one more lap around. So Jamie Nielsen will get second place points in the J&Ds.
He gets a big win out of this, coming in with 300 points there in second place. Good run for Jamie Nielsen.
And Dustin Eccles, Brad, good for third place in the bucket list.
That's 225 big points.
Important part on that, it was a clean race. Nobody made a mistake.
Yeah, no, the start looked, well, again, I don't have the greatest angle. It looked great. But yeah, I like getting down to lane 2. It was just so important for him, I think, to not have that 2.
Eyesight.
I know. Look at this. We talk about, the late afternoon boats away from the dock. Boy, is this a beauty. 2 silver boats, a red boat, and a chartreuse and royal blue boat. And the chartreuse and royal blue boat takes off ahead of everybody. But, man, for a moment there, they were all stuck together in that late afternoon sun. Kevin, you know how much I enjoy that shot. But now they're coming right to you. Lots of color.
Oh, especially when you got the 11 coming out and the chartreuse and royal blue. At the 8 coming out after him. Whoa, bouncing out over the wake. The 9 after that, and the 12 going out wide.
And note the white wing on the 12 when it goes up there by you.
It is a little different, isn't it?
Yep.
It is. It looks like it doesn't quite fit exactly perfectly, but fits well enough.
It fits good enough. All right, coming up on 350. 350 to the start. Heat 1A.
Jamie Nielsen dives into Golf Universe turn number 3. And we'll jump over to Buffalo Brothers turn number 4, backing off the throttle a little bit in the J&Ds in lane number 1.
Michael,
at least for now. Glenn Boggin.
You'll be happy to know the Osprey has finally made it over the pits and is continuing its eastbound momentum.
Exactly. He knew the boats were coming out. He knew the boats were coming. Oh, he's heading to Clover Island. Fantastic.
Oh, I just wish we'd have strapped a GoPro to him.
There you go.
Shot of the pits.
Boy, what a pretty picture right now. Graham trucking on the outside. Andrew Tate.
They are all slowing down.
Yeah, Miss Tri-Cities lane number 2 with J. Mike, and lane number 3, Corey Peabody and the Pinnacle Peak Consulting. And That's just a parade lap heading down. That looks like Dash for Cash almost.
It does kind of look like that. They're all set up. Now Tate starts to give it a little bit of a squirt on the outside. We approach 2 minutes and 50 seconds. 2:50 until the start. Kevin, boy, there you go. Got a camera? Snap that one.
I walked away from my camera, but yes, it looks great. But I think Andrew Tate's going to try to get out front.
Who is going to make the move?
I think it's Andrew. I think he decided, I don't like this. I don't like being on the outside of these guys. I got to give it a squirt, get ahead of everybody, and then make some moves. So
but
keep
does
an
he
eye on
cut?
Andrew.
Through the ESCO Electric infield, anybody coming? Anybody going to come?
No, they've got to be worried about that 80 mile an hour.
Well, I think right now, sitting up there at 219, I think however they come off that corner, I'm going to be surprised if that's not how they come to the start-finish line. We are at 212 right now. And Andrew in one?
Yeah, well, yeah, he is. Yep, at the exit pin, a Buffalo Brothers turn 4.
But he is way out front.
Tate. Yep. And he's,
2 minutes.
He's going to have to do something.
He's fine, I think.
You really do?
Yeah. You don't want to be at the start-finish line. If you do the math on it, you'll find out you can't go 80 miles an hour for 2 minutes over a 2.5 mile area, but he's outside of that.
Is it J. Mike that does the old swerve, the S-curves? That you're trying to...
So the issue now is going to be Jamie Nielsen is almost riding right in his wake.
Yep.
Who's going to have lane 1? Well, at least now Tate's in front, right, and has it for now.
We'll see if he wants to. 130 right there.
But Nielsen's going to have to give up some real estate and come outside. He's lost his lane.
Or he cuts.
Now we keep an eye on Andrew here. See if he
Will he cut? Because Andrew Tate couldn't cut. But does Jamie Nielsen? No.
Can't do it. Boat on the inside.
Yeah, but look at Tate burn some time. Go a little bit later.
Yeah, and he went
coming up on
wide.
110 to our start.
Out wide. Back into lane 1. This is where he won from in that Heat 1A. And now I think the rest of the boats are going to shift out
1 minute.
one lane.
So Tate in lane 1 as he comes up the backstretch. Lane 2, it looks like it's going to be Jamie Nielsen. They gave him room. J. Michael Kelly moves out to lane number 3. And Corey Peabody on the outside in lane number 4.
Tate's still way out front.
40 seconds. 40 seconds.
Well, he can take it slow. He won't have boat speed as much as he would like probably at the start-finish, but lane number 1's a pretty good place to be. Andrew Tate into Golf Universe turn number 3. Jamie Nielsen.
They're good.
J&Ds will be in lane number 2. Miss Tri-Cities, lane number 3 with
15.
J. Michael Kelly. Pinnacle Peak Consulting, lane number 4 with Corey Peabody. All the boats emerge at the exit pin of Buffalo Brothers turn number 4 on the front stretch. Brad with our countdown.
We are inside 5. We're 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Mark.
And it is clean, and the boat speed appears to be on the outside. It's J. Michael Kelly in lane number 3 leading down the front stretch. Peabody in second place on the outside.
Yeah, boy, look at J. Mike get down here with a lot of air underneath the 8 from lane number 3. Got speed off to his left, but man, he put a lot of power down here, Kevin.
Oh, he's good. He looks really strong, but you know who looks strong too? The 11 and the 12, both on the inside, staying within that rooster tail of the 8.
Yeah, they have the shorter course around, Kevin, and they came out and had the lead for a moment. But boy, look at J. Michael Kelly in lane number 3, starting to pull away a little bit on the backstretch. Tate's trying to reel him back in the 12, the Graham Trucking. Nielsen falling back a little bit in the J&Ds in lane number 2. Peabody, can't see him. I believe he's fallen back on the outside. We'll pick him up as he comes off the exit pin at turn number 4. Yep, he has. He's fallen way off the pace now. Race leader, it looks like it's almost deck to deck now. Tate on the inside, J. Michael Kelly on the outside, and J. Michael Kelly really has a lot of boat speed. Nielsen is climbing back into this and may take over second place by the time they get to Butch Finnegan turn number 1.
Yeah, Kelly's leaving a lot of room in there for Nielsen. He's driving down the hallway, but it's a pretty wide hallway right now. But it is Kelly down here first with a couple of boat lengths.
Yeah, but Tate is making up that and going to maybe take the lead into the Griggs backstretch, but he has to slow down, and so J. Mike with his boat speed able to get back the lead as they head back.
Yeah, Peabody has fallen back up the Griggs backstretch. The race leader right now on the backstretch is J. Michael Kelly in the 8 Miss Tri-Cities. Second place on the inside, lane number 1, that's going to be Tate in Graham Trucking. Jamie Nielsen has fallen back off the pace. He's now a rooster tail behind Tate in the 12. Now, the real question is, can Peabody catch up and take over third place in the 9? That's good pin onto the front stretch. It's going to be J. Michael Kelly with the race lead. Tate challenging on the inside, but falling back a little bit. The white flag is out. The race leader, J. Michael Kelly, in the Miss Tri-Cities down the front stretch into Bunch Finnegan, turn number 1.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden with Nielsen dropping back, Kelly's been able to tighten it up on Tate, and that's the difference right now. He's driving lane 2 instead of lane 4.
And that has been a huge benefit to him because no longer does Tate have all that inside distance, that shorter distance. And J. Michael Kelly's got just only a slight longer track. He's able to maintain that boat speed in lane 2 and fly down the backstretch.
Tate gained a little bit of ground through Tire Factory turn number 2, but J. Michael Kelly starting to pull away coming up the Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch into Golf Universe turn number 3 at the top end of the course. On the inside, Andrew Tate in the Graham Trucking. Can he gain more ground on the inside? The checkered flag is out for Heat 2A. He will not be able to catch J. Michael Kelly at the exit pin of Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. J. Michael Kelly in the Miss Tri-Cities takes the checkered flag in Heat 2A. Second place will go to Tate in the Graham Trucking. The battle for third continues. Peabody on the outside. On the inside, Nielsen. Jamie Nielsen and the J&Ds will take third, and the fourth place for Peabody in the Pinnacle Peak Consulting number 9. Fantastic run, and you know, we talked about how good the E350 races were, how good the Grand Prix America races were. That was a fantastic unlimited heat. 4.628 miles per hour. Lap number 1 for the 8 J. Michael Kelly Miss Tri-Cities. Fastest lap. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good unlimited hydroplane racing. We've got one more heat coming up as the drivers head back to the Neil F. Lamson pits, and both Glenn Vaughan and Brad Luce head down to the docks to get driver interviews and more, and it leaves.
We decided it was white.
I think so.
Yeah, we kind of had a bad angle of it, but yeah, I think it's white.
It is.
And, geez, cutting the race course. How about that?
He did, and there was a bird that had to get out of the way very quickly.
Better teach that bird the start sequence that Dave Villwalk uses. It usually involves a few of those.
So the Beacon Plumbing down the front stretch, heading into the bottom end of the course. And Bunch Finnegan turn number 1 over to Tire Factory turn number 2 at the top end of the course. Hello, fans from Buffalo Brothers. Best fans around hydroplane racing at the west end of the course. Exit pin at turn number 4. Jimmy Shane. And Jimmy has already decided that lane 1 would be a good place for him.
It worked last time.
Coming across at 2:55. Coming across start-finish line, so still a long way to go. Keep an eye on Dave, see if he doesn't go up the top end and bring it around again, but I don't think he will.
Dustin Eccles on the outside in the 440, bucket list racing.
Jimmy might cut here.
Yeah, he's slowing down, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's backed off the throttle quite a bit. Bill Walk is through the ESCO electric infield to the front stretch.
Well, there, I'm going to stop trying to crawl in ahead of these guys. I got both of those wrong. Looking at 2:25 now until the start.
And Dustin Eccles going out way wide. Well, lane 5 or so, way out there.
Watch Dave.
Nope.
Going to come all the way.
So Jimmy Shane up the back stretch. The Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch, 4 locations to help you. Eccles is going to put the throttle in it at the 2-minute mark and head to the top end of the course. Will he dive to the infield here?
And this is where will Dave Villwalk cut in here. We're under 2 minutes to go. Because he was hanging out lane 2.
Here he comes. Is that him coming across?
Yeah, you're going to have Jimmy Shane come across the ESCO electric infield.
Oh, prevent Villwalk from doing it.
And Villwalk's going to do the same. And let's see who's going to jump into lane number 1 as we get to the JMC Motorsports start finish line. Villwalk has claimed lane number 1 now.
Wow.
Jimmy Shane will be in lane number 2.
He gunned it.
And it looked like he turned onto the race course upriver of the start-finish line, and on my map, that's a good move.
Oh, wow.
So all the boats now into Bunch Finnegan turn number 1.
At $1.10 to the start, 110.
Countdown continues for the start of Heat 2B to wrap up our first day of racing of the 2021 Hapo Columbia Cup.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Jimmy Shane hanging way back of the 2 orange boats. The 40 with Bill Walk on the inside. The 440, Dustin Eccles on the outside, and Shane in the middle, in the home street. To the score-up buoy on the back stretch. Dustin Eccles on the outside. Now remember, they'll have the long trip around on the outside. But Jimmy Shane hanging back in lane number 2, just to that score-up buoy on the back stretch.
Yep, just to reiterate, whatever lane they're in, when they enter that corner, that's the lane they have to run in. 23 seconds, Mike.
Dustin Eccles way on the outside. You've got Jimmy Shane in the middle. He'll be in the hallway, and Dave Billwalk on the inside with a great move through the ESCO Electric infield to claim lane number 1. All the boats onto the front stretch with the countdown continuing to the start of heat 2B.
3, 2, 1, mark.
It is a clean start. Billwalk on the inside, but really good momentum for Jimmy Shane on the outside. They are deck to deck, heading down the front stretch into Butch Finnegan turn number 1.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy Shane is not running away from Dave Billwalk. We'll see what kind of a corner Dave can get, but they're close together, Kevin.
Jimmy is flying, though.
Jimmy Shane had an incredible turn number 2, and at the exit pin already had a half a rooster tail lead over Dave Billwalk. Through the turn, Jimmy Shane was just perfect with full boat speed. Now Billwalk is back almost a rooster tail as they head up in turn number 3 with our Shell Sun Markets. On the inside, Billwalk. On the outside, Jimmy Shane. Shane with a almost rooster tail lead now as they get to the exit pin of turn number 4 for Buffalo Brothers. Onto the front stretch, it's Jimmy Shane with a rooster tail lead over Dave Billwalk. Shane pulled away through the bottom end turn to leave Dave Billwalk a rooster tail behind now.
Yeah, it's a full rooster tail as they come down here. It is all Jimmy Shane. At some point, Dave Billwalk's going to make a move to go into the outside, and he just did it. The Dave Billwalk has moved to the outside. He's going to give up the fight and pick up 300 points. Look at Shane. He's just running beautifully.
Yeah, and he's starting to hug the buoy line, too. I don't know if he heard about J. Mike's time and wants to beat it, but he's just absolutely a rocket ship right now.
Well, when you list the boats that have the potential to beat Jimmy Shane, I think you could probably now remove the 40. Well, on the backstretch, it's a 3 rooster tail lead now for Jimmy Shane heading into the Shell Sun Market turn number 3 at the top end of the course. Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. Jimmy Shane has extended his lead with a near perfect turn. A little bit of rough water at the exit pin, but he's fine. Onto the front stretch.
Maybe tomorrow we'll get an opportunity to see the 1 and either the 8 or 1 and the 12.
I wanted to see the 1 and the 3 out there, honestly, and it's just a shame we don't have Jimmy King in the Griggs Ace Hardware boat.
Jimmy coming down here to the lower corner in the 3rd and final lap here of our heat 2.
White flag is out, and Dustin Eccles in 3rd place with some big points for the 440 bucket list.
Some rough water down here right now, but Jimmy gets through it without too much trouble.
Yeah, Dustin Eccles backing off the throttle coming across that start-finish line. That's interesting. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's losing power on the front stretch.
Yep, and he's way on the outside of the race course, and he is turning to the outside of the race course.
Dead.
He's throwing in the towel.
Yep, top end of the course. It's the final 2 turns in our 4-corner super speedway. Shell Sun Market turn number 3. Jimmy Shane in the home street. Into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4, swinging a little bit farther out wide. A photo op for the Buffalo Brothers crew down there on the west end of the course. To the front stretch, Jimmy Shane in the U1 home street takes the checkered flag at the JMC Motorsports start-finish line. 2nd place for Dave Billwalk in the Beacon Plumbing, the 40. And Dustin Eccles, unfortunately, losing power on the front stretch after completing lap number 2. We'll get a DNF. Big points for Jimmy Shane. And Dave Billwalk gets a much-needed boost on the points because he didn't get any after heat 1.
Yeah, and I think also Dave Billwalk in that heat